are going to be doing a practice setup for my vending event on Saturday, August 30th. So this video that you're currently watching is going to go up on Friday. So that means tomorrow is going to be the Halloween swap meet out at Oaks Amusement Park. We will be vending from noon to 7 p.m. here in Portland, Oregon. The event is totally free to attend. So come on, if you're in Portland, come visit, come stop by and say hi. I am booth number 23. I will leave a map at the end of the video of the display of the event. There's going to be almost 60 vendors, I think. There's going to be a costume contest, scavenger hunt, dancing witches, and just so much stuff throughout the day. There's a haunt yard display by Pumpkin Acres and something else. I can't remember. Anyway, it's going to be so much fun. I love this event. It's my favorite event to do every year, and I've been doing market prep for months now. At least it feels like months. And it's finally here. So it's a little too hot right now. I'm going to wait for it to cool down, so I'm going to do the practice setup in my living room this evening. Right now we have landscapers here, so it is noisy as heck with the leaf blower and lawnmower and all that noise. So we're hanging out in the craft room with the air conditioner on blast because it's hot as heck. I think I'm going to just chill, no pun intended. I just finished adding a couple last minute items to my inventory. So I am going to enjoy the moment, drink some coffee, so cheers. Delicious. I just lit my favorite candle, which is almost done. Makes me very sad. It's almost done. I'm going to have to get some more. I added a few fun themed candles to my Amazon wish list that I will probably buy eventually for the spooky season. I'm so excited. Ooh, it's almost here. I'm going to hang out, read my book a little bit, because I haven't had any time to myself to just relax and read. I've had this book for a while now, and I haven't really got that far into it. So we're going to read a little bit of my book, and then we'll do the display later after it cools down. When I do the display, if you see anything that you are interested in purchasing, if you can't make it to the event, please let me know in the comments or send me an email. I'll leave my email in the description down below. And let me know. I am planning on adding some stuff to my Etsy shop the following week after the event. So next week, in the next couple weeks, I'm going to start sorting through what's left over from the event and adding a few things to my Etsy shop. I've kind of neglected my Etsy shop because I've been so busy. I apologize for that. But we're going to get a few things in there for Halloween, for the fall season. And if there's something you see you want, let me know and I'll add it to the shop. I do have another event in October. On October 11th, we'll be vending at the Not So Scary Fair out at Wonderwood Springs, Mike Bennett's place. So I will be doing some more market prep, but I don't think I'm going to be doing as much because I should have plenty left over, and that event is a little more family friendly, a lot more kids, so I want to focus on smaller merchandise that's really quick, stuff I could do like stash bust from the leftover stuff back there. So that's what's going to happen mostly for that. And September in the crochet community is called Stash Bust September, where you're not supposed to buy any brand new yarn. You use stuff from your stash. So I'm going to try my hardest to participate in that for market prep for the next event. And as well as adding more to my Etsy shop. I also have a custom order for my friend's band Cahoots. My friend Kevin reached out to me and he wants crocheted plushies of the band. So that's going to be a real fun challenge, but I have time to work on that. Oh boy. Yeah, there's 4 guys in the band, so I have to figure out how I'm going to crochet each of them to look like them, and then their instruments. I'm going to try my hardest to make their instruments. Drums is going to be... Oh dear. Yeah, I can't even think about it. But Anyway, that'll be fun. It'll be a fun challenge. I love challenging myself. So anyway, I'm going to quit babbling. I'm going to hang out for a couple hours, read my book, wait for it to cool down, and then we'll go downstairs and do some practice setup. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to do the full setup, my 10 by 10 pop-up tent, because that's not going to fit in my living room unless I got rid of all my furniture. And we're not going to do that. I'm limited on what I can do because I'm by myself. Pete's still out of town until Friday evening. He gets back from his work travels, and so I got to get this done before then. So I'm on my own moving things around, and my shoulder's been hurting a little. I don't know what happened, but I think I've just been crocheting too much, or I slept on it wrong. I have no idea. Anyway, so yeah, I will not be doing the full 10 by 10 pop-up. I'll just do like one wall at a time. Figure out how I'm going to set up everything, figure out what I need for display, and all of that. I'm going to take pictures so that I can reference them the day of the event when we're setting up. It'll be a lot easier. Plus, that way I can share with Pete so he knows kind of what's going on in my mind because he can't see in here. So that'll be a great way to make Saturday morning setup less stressful. So take pictures of my practice setup. Plus, I could share the practice setup photos on social media to kind of help promote the event further. Okay, yeah, I would do it in my garage, but my garage is a hot mess. Literally, it's hot as heckins out there. It is, whoo, sweat box. And it's a mess. We've been just decluttering slowly, taking stuff to Goodwill and the dump, and we were going to have a garage sale. We were going to do a community garage sale, but everybody just backed out of it, and then it got too hot, so I have a bunch of garage sale stuff just stacked, and other storage stuff that was in our attic that I need to sort through, and stuff that I got from my parents' place when my dad went into a retirement home, and then they sold their house, and so I have some of their stuff, and there's just so much crap I have to sort, but I think that'll be a good winter project. Anyway, I am so babbly. Let's get to reading, and I'll be right back in a matter of minutes because of the magical power of editing, and we'll be downstairs doing the setup, one wall at a time. Okay. Stop babbling. Blah, 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 blah. I've had too much coffee, I think. No such thing as too much coffee.
3 hours later.
It is much later, and it is still pretty dang hot in here, so I'm going to be turning the fan on here in a minute. I do have one little fan on, but it's not doing enough, so I got to turn the bigger fan on. I don't have air conditioning downstairs, which is a big bummer. We only have AC upstairs, and I can't do this upstairs, so I'm just going to have to grin and bear it. My living room is a disaster. I'll show you really quick. Don't judge. I mean, I guess you can judge. I don't care. Whatever. So I brought in 3 of the 4 grid walls. I think that'll be enough for today. Got the witch hat display. I've got 1 table inside. I will have 2 at the event, but I'm only going to do 1 wall at a time for my practice setup. So I'll just use that table twice. Here is some of my merchandise. I got clear bags to protect everything and make it easier for storing them and then transporting them in the car. I like that they're clear so I can see exactly what's in there. So these 2 are all crocheted items. And then this is all the pet merchandise. Holy cow. We got 2 plastic bins of display pieces and more merchandise. This is stuff that Pete has been making, like coasters and whatnot. Some more stuff. This is mostly the pop-up canopy walls, tablecloths, the crocheted banner I made, which I will not be able to do today because that goes on the canopy. You got my dog model and whatever else is in there. I think the lights are in there for the canopy as well, and then some other miscellaneous things. What I'm going to do is set the camera on the tripod. I don't know how much of the actual setup process I'm going to record because I think the camera will end up getting in the way. So what I might do is put that on hold until I have one of the table areas completely done, and then I'll grab the camera and I'll show you close up and talk a little bit more about some of the stuff.
A little later.
Table 1 is done. This is the crocheted stuff. So these are the 2 plastic totes that had merchandise in it. I just covered them up with tablecloths and utilized it. I know it's kind of dark right here. Sorry about that. But there's stuff. We got the beanies right there. And one of the grid walls. You know what? I should have moved the ring light. I'm not thinking clearly. I'm sweaty and gross. Brain's melty. Okay. There. Oh, shoot. Never mind. Hold on a second.
A few moments later.
That's better. It came unplugged as I was trying to move it. So now you can see a little bit better what I'm going to do with the front. So this will be the front of the booth. It's going to be set up like a horseshoe. So there'll be the front opening, and then you're going to come in, and there's going to be stuff on the left, which will be the crochet stuff. There'll be stuff on the right, which will be the witch hat display and the grid wall that will have dog clothing and bandanas on it. And then as you go further into my booth, the back wall is going to be the table that has the Gothic Beagle pet merchandise, and that's also going to be where I sit. The banner is going to be on the pop-up tent behind, up above, behind me, and I also have the banner that I'll pin to the table. So the reason why I have 2 banners is because when people are in the booth, the one on the table will most likely be blocked by people shopping, so we want one up above that people can still see. All right, so we got various plushies here. We got some beanies, more plushies, magnets, and then we're going to come in here. Let's move the ring light and hopefully not unplug it again. So this looks cluttered at the moment. I need to get more baskets. I'm glad I still have time to order more of these wire baskets right here. They come as a set of 5. I want to put the octopus in a basket. I think I want the goats in a basket on both sides here. F-bombs in a basket. And maybe these turtles in a basket. And I can mix the land turtles and the sea turtles together. All right, so we have octopus, we have some keychains, we have a dice, magnets, here's some hanging things, some spider webs, ghost, Mama Fratelli, some more plushies. Mushrooms and a Grogu, some zombies, my little ghost lights, coasters. These are also coasters, and these are also coasters. F-bombs, potion jars, mimic boxes. We have some coasters, more magnets, and there you go. So that is table 1. I do need to buy different tablecloths. I bought a fitted tablecloth. This is not the fitted one. This is one of my older ones, and it doesn't go all the way to the ground because I have extended legs to make the table a little taller. I had to get extensions for the legs of the table because my banner that I recently got for Gothic Beagle is a little longer and it doesn't fit. So I got risers for both of my tables to give it another couple inches up. And now the tablecloth that I bought, the fitted one that goes under the feet of the table, it doesn't stretch far enough with the longer legs. So I need to order another one. So I'm going to order 2 so they match for each table. And so I got to do that here soon so I can get it next day delivery. Hoo-wee. Good thing I'm doing this on Wednesday for me. You guys are seeing this Friday. But, so that still gives me time to order and get it before the event, Saturday morning. All right, now I'm going to pack this up And we'll get started on the next table, the next wall.
Much later.
Table 2 is done. This is the pet stuff. The banner looks kind of sad because it's just kind of barely there. I didn't tighten it because I didn't know how tight to go. It's kind of a Pete thing. There's a trick to it. And obviously it'll look better when I have the new tablecloth to pin the corner that's curling up. But here's the dog stuff. Behind here, we'll be sitting back here. And so back here is where we're going to have a little portable USB fan. And then we'll put our bags there for when we get sales. And maybe anything that's overstock, because I do have a little bit of overstock. But here we go. So we got the regular catnip bats, the flying ones that are on a stick, kind of like a fishing pole, a Halloween catnip. We have tug ropes, Who Rescued Who buttons and keychains, business cards, tiny dog vest shirt things. We have neckties, goggles, bow ties, candy corn squeaky toys. These are catnip squares, coffin, harness, backpacks, corsets. We have various hats. So we have like a Frankenstein, we have a pumpkin, and then we have a couple just regular. One spiked dog collar, and there's 2 bear ear dog snoods. These are squeaky coffin toys. And then the smaller witch hats, which are great for cats or dogs. I have a lot more, I just didn't put them all out. And that is it for the dog table. Now to go to the other wall, the last final third wall, which will be the witch hat display and a grid wall that will have clothing and bandanas. The third wall, last wall, is done. So we've got the witch hat display, all the extras that I didn't have enough pegs for, or clips, I mean, not pegs, are down there. What I'm going to do when I'm pack, I'm going to pull out the ones that have duplicates so that the duplicates can go down there in the overstock area. And then I put a hat and a bandana on the dog, and I put him at the top for the display, and I think that looks really cool. And then the grid wall, I have a lot more bandanas than that. I only pulled out a few. I have that huge stack still. I didn't want to put all of the bandanas up. That was a lot of work. And then there's the clothes. Not a lot of clothing, but just enough. So that's good. So at the event, there will be sandbags on each of the legs of all of the grid walls, as well as my pop-up canopy will have weights as well. I don't want my canopy to blow away and injure anybody or break. That would be awful. Although the way it's set up, it shouldn't blow away because I'm kind of in the middle of 2 other pop-up canopies. But just for safekeeping, we are going to put sandbags on everything. I have some bungees I need to remember to go grab and pack. I'm going to bungee cord grid walls to the tables and each other and whatever else, just for safe measures as well. I don't want anything falling on anybody. Safety first. I'm really glad I decided to do a practice setup. I know this has taken me many, many hours, but I'm by myself and I've been taking breaks. At the actual event, it will go a lot smoother and faster, especially after doing this practice. I've been taking photos and taking notes, and it'll be a lot easier going in with a game plan instead of going in and not knowing what I want to put where. I've also been able to weed out certain things that I'm not going to be using just to eliminate excess weight. So I've got a lot of grid wall pegs that I don't need, so let's not bring them. I don't need extra hangers or miscellaneous things of that sort. So I think I'm ready for the event, except for getting change from the bank. I'm gonna go to the grocery store and get some snacks and Gatorade. Also gonna bring some water. The morning of, we're gonna obviously go to Starbucks, get a coffee, because that's the best way to start your day. I'm trying to think if there's anything I'm forgetting. I don't know. Hi, Shorty. Am I forgetting anything? I know it is hot. I'm gonna take a cold shower before I go to bed tonight. Oh, I need to charge everything. I gotta make sure the Square card reader is fully charged so I can take credit card payments. Make sure my cell phone's fully charged so that I can receive Venmo. Pete has Cash App. I don't. We also have PayPal. We have a battery charger that we bought to take with us when we go on longer scooter rides. I'm going to charge that up and we're going to bring that with us. It's kind of like a generator, but it's not a generator. It's a battery charger. So I'm going to get that fully charged, and that way we could plug in the Square readers, cell phones, the mini fans. It's this little guy. We got that one. And I have one on my desk upstairs. I'm also going to bring that. So we have one on each end of the table, keeping us cool throughout the day. Also have some rope lights for the canopy that we're going to be putting around that need to be plugged in as well. So having that battery box is going to be very, very helpful. I am so excited, but I'm hot and sweaty and gross, so I'm going to let you guys go. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. If I did, I'll pop back on, but I think we're good. I hope to see some of you at the event tomorrow, Saturday, August 30th, 2025, noon to 7 p.m. at Oaks Amusement Park in Portland, Oregon. Admission is free. It's family friendly for the whole family. Parking, I believe, is $5, so just an FYI, just so you know. The park is open, so you can go ride some rides and get some carnival food, go roller skating or play miniature golf, you know, all the things. Those obviously those cost money, but the Halloween swamp meet is free admission. It's gonna be so much fun. Fingers crossed that it's not stinking hot. Like, be in the lower 80s, please. No higher than 85, please. Please. Oh, because I'm gonna be melting. I'm going to be melting no matter what the temperature is. Oh boy. What else? What am I forgetting? I don't know. I have a few things I need to do here. Off camera. I got to pack all this stuff up and stage it all in the garage. So I got the sandbags in the garage. I have... Okay, checklist. I have 3 Home Depot buckets full of sandbags. I think we ended up with 15 sandbags. We have 4 grid walls, the witch hat stand, 2 tables, the pop-up canopy. I have 2 plastic totes, and I have 4 of these clear bag totes of inventory. Well, 3 of them are inventory. One is the canopy, roof, the walls, tablecloths, banners, etc. What else? What am I missing for the checklist? Oh, we ought to pack 2 chairs so we have something to sit on. And the fans and the battery charger. I think that's it. All right. It's time to go take a shower and get ready for bed. So have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. I know this was a much longer video, but I needed to do this for my own... I lost the train of thought there. Word. Da, 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 da. All right, I think it's time to go. Quit babbling. Okay, bye. I did remember one more thing I want to share with you is the list of all the vendors that are going to be there. We are vendor space 23. At the end, I will insert a map showing you where we are and how the layout is going to be. So here is the list of fellow vendors. I had to put the camera on a tripod to make it easier, and oh, I'm surrounded by so much crap. Anyway, let's get through this really quick. Here are the vendors for Halloween Swamp Meet 2025. Horner's Haunted Corner. I'm going to try my best to pronounce all of these correct, but please forgive me if I mispronounce them. Skyclad Emporium, London's Bridge, Scentsy, Hex Bone Mill Designs, Alien Buddha, Oregon Electric Railway Museum, Sinister Creations, Meadow Apothecary, Trick or Treat Boutique, The Oak Anchor, Hedge Wizard, Corner of the Eye, Northwest Ghost Tour, Vinylly Done, Fairies Fancy Adam Johnson, Linda's Crafty Creations, Thrash and Treasure, CF Creations, EC Creations, Onstra Jewelry, Dark Moon Fair, Sparkle Coven, Gothic Beagle, hey, that's me, Snark Heart, Lore and Lamplight, Sizzle and Soak, Hustle and Sew, Debris Artist, Floyd Man, Trey Bomb Horrorcraft, Junkyard Witch, The Ritual Space, Diane Timony Designs, Coven Made Design, yeah, that's not it. Coven Made Designs, Ophelia Darkly Ghost of Earth, Slab Town Tours, Cryptic Occult, Kittens Creations, Pokey Crafts and Stuff, Beastly FX, Jam Creations, Little Forest Bubble Bakery, They Them Creations, Super Fun Candy Time, Printed Funnables, Witches Resistance, Davis Graveyard. I have heard from Chris Davis that sadly they will no longer be attending Halloween Swamp Meet due to personal matters. So, hope everything is okay, Chris. We will definitely miss you and Jeff. Stoned Princess, My Tiny Little Altar, Cutie Patootie Booties, Darkness Incarnation Oddities, Rough Cut Fan Club, Say Makes Stuff, Little Dumpling Arts, The Gilded Cat Face Painter, Serena of Avalon, Woodland Petrichor. There's also supposed to be a display by Carriageway Cemetery and Pumpkin Acres. I am super, super excited. Hope to see you there. Bye. Oh, I will be vending at the event. I don't know how much. It'll depend on how busy I am. Fingers and paws crossed that we are very, very busy. I would like to do amazingly well in sales. I actually would love to do better in sales than we did last year. It seems to be each year that we've done this event, we do a little bit better each year by like $100. So I'm putting it out in the universe, into the world. Let's beat that record again. That would be amazing. All right. Yeah, I will try my best to film as much as I can. Obviously, as soon as I get set up, I will film my booth in full everything so you guys can see it. That video hopefully will be up on Monday. If not, it'll be up on Friday because I upload on Monday and Friday, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right, now we're done. Bye for now.